Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. We're looking at some stone art. Again, these eyes with the drips that come down from them. You can see these big drips that come down from these eyes on these little characters here that are on this gigantic stone. The eye comes out very well when you tilt it, you can see, and different angles and different ways that you look at it will make that face come out perfectly proportioned. It's very curious, but we're back here at the Big Bird Park, Birdtown, USA. On here, you can see the bottom of the bird's neck, the round head, and how the beak could be here. It could be looked at in different ways. When we tilt it, it'll start to come out a little better there. There's just a bird emblazoned on this as well. See the beak of it right here with the crest. Sorry for the tree being in the way there. But the whole outside image as well of this smooth polished boulder is a big old bird. Looking right now in these sections for paintings. Not seeing them. Not on this side. I love how the hump, before we can really talk about the mammoths too much, I kind of have to convince you that there's birds on here first. So I don't mind if you can't see the mammoths or can't believe that there's mammoths. Would you believe that there's little humans? Little characters on here? I wouldn't have either. Oh, really neat. These aren't shadows. These are little spots in the crystal that are polished out. This looks like a horse. You can see here. So those are inclusions in this giant big boulder that are left. These may have been standing upright at one time, but they are all different directions. Usually is the art, but these ones seem to be kind of sitting upright. Sorry, I'm kind of stuttering. See how all these stones are shaped like mammoths, right? See the eye of the mammoth in the trunk? It's like a mammoth in a mountain. Ooh. Carvings and everything are coming out nice on that. There's some really great art up here that we can see pretty well. Just on this end, you see how this is kind of like a curly Q? Watch how that forms and changes as we tilt it. See how now it looks maybe like a bird head? And you can see the eye of the bird and how there's a stripe that comes down. Almost straight now. Whereas before it was all curvy. That's one of the styles of the art, and these are actually little cartoony characters. They're in every direction. A little tough to see them right this moment. Kind of shows how they stained these stones. Hidden behind here are birds. They're a little tough to see. And I would not mind seeing what's in all the rest of these stones that are all in here. It's quite a large collection of them. It's quite a large little hill here. And I'm curious on when this was made, if it was all scraped up. It's very possible all these were scraped up, just like in most construction sites, and then piled up. But these ones were just never taken away. There's some neat carvings down here. Big carving of a snake down there. You see the line down the stone, the whole snake. We've looked at this stuff before and it's not super great timing to see it, but I want to show you guys over here. If you guys wonder where this site is, right next to a disc golf course, hole number 5. But this one here still has some beautiful paint on it. On the red here, you can see. And it is just of the bird with its head behind its back, but it's nearly impossible to see it like this in this shadow. You might be able to see the beak and the face facing backwards here. The rest of the body of the bird, presumably pointing this way. There's some red paint. Oh, look at this, guys. A big character on here. Let's get this out of the way if we can. You see that? Looks kind of like a bovine with a human face. Oh yeah, this whole underneath here. Oh, here's a great one. We've seen one of these before, just recently. So the duck head painted on the stone in red. You can see how the crystal is left for the beak, and they pecked it out and loosened it up, and that's why the algae grows there. That's the reason for the algae, and you can see the way that the carving is actually really deep for this bird head that's placed on here, and it's several other things. So let's look for the human image too. Looks like a crystal hat on a character. See what they did? Do you see this character on here with this eye and this eye? They pecked on the stones and made them loose, right? That's why this, I mean, sure you could call it pareidolia, but this is one of the characters in color. They left their mark on the stones. Beautiful image of the bird here. You guys can see it, of course, the neck and the eye. The painting, it's literally painted on there. Superb. I can see the crazy birdman face. You see the circle with the open beak. He's like the crazy bird eagle thing. Can you guys see him faintly? One big wing up this way, another wing like right here. You see his head? You see the circle? Comes around to this side. How about that? Ancient people in color. Have a great one, everybody. Talk to you next time. Happy Friday.